Oh no, it was just how has the practices been, and how those practices translate into what you're trying to accomplish with your style, with how the team's going to play throughout the season.
Yeah, I would say our practices have been up tempo, definitely up tempo, but short and sweet, right? So I think we get in, we get executed what we need to execute in terms of what are we looking to achieve in practice. Today is day before a game, so a lot of just scout game plan and stuff, but still very up tempo because you don't want tomorrow to be the first time you're going full speed. So up and down, just kind of been filling it out day to day, but there's been definitely, I would say, up tempo, and I think it'll directly translate to the game.
2 minutes ago, the WNBA world was rocked. Angel Reese, the rookie sensation, the self-proclaimed Bayou Barbie, has been cut from the Rose Club roster by head coach Nola Henry. This isn't just a shakeup. This is a high-stakes clash of egos, discipline, and championship dreams, and the real reason behind it will leave you stunned.
It's pivotal. I mean, just being able to say, I was talking to her earlier, like, this is what the women deserve. Waking up every day and just not having to worry about anything. Like, I'm coming in here with breakfast, I get treatment, I can come in and get in the gym anytime I need to get in the gym. I have the resources from, obviously I'm with the Rose BC, but I have other coaches that I can work with too, and all accessibility with other teams as well. So if I want to get in the gym with Stewie, I can get in the gym with Stewie. If I want to get with Nafisa, but also I can get with my teammates. So I just have everything here that I need, and everybody has everything here we need. And obviously, trust me, I'm going back to my team and I'm texting Ann every day like, we need this, we need this, we need this. And she's like, we got that, we gonna get that. So I love that too, so being able to be Chicago as well.
And not exporting the game overseas.
Yeah, obviously I've never been overseas, and I don't ever plan on going overseas. And just talking to some of the other players, like they were like, I'd rather be here than be overseas. Like, this is a breath of fresh air. And like,
Angel Reese, 22 years old, NCAA champion with LSU, known as much for her dominance in the paint as for her unapologetic personality off the court. Nola Henry, 29 years old, one of the youngest head coaches in the league, known for her strict, no star favors coaching style. For months, the two appeared aligned until everything unraveled.
Lexi Holt seemed like she was really active on the offensive boards and like back cuts today. Is that something you spoke to her about before the game, or is that kind of her own volition?
No, I could never take credit for that. Lexi, that's just who she is. That's just what she does at every level, everywhere she's at. She finds ways to make an impact that may not always show up on the stat sheet, but definitely matter when it comes to the things that you can do that don't show up on the box score, but ultimately help you to win basketball games. I think Lexi does all of those things, so I could never take credit for any of that.
Henry's rise was meteoric from unpaid intern in 2020 to head coach in just 3 years. Her reputation? A tactician who thrives on discipline and team-first culture. In her own words, no one player is bigger than the system.
Congratulations, Nola! One more. Rose on 3, 1, 2.
Reese entered the Rose Club locker room with a championship pedigree and a massive social media following. But according to multiple insiders, her style clashed with Henry's from day one. Sources describe missed team meetings, disagreements over conditioning drills, and an on-court argument during a closed practice session last month.
I think for me, I think the biggest thing is hopefully women's basketball players don't have to go overseas. Being able to come and stay here and being able to maximize this opportunity. You don't want to have to be in the States, obviously, for WNBA and then have to go straight overseas. Like, enjoying your family here, being able to have time to work out on your own, and just being able to do your own thing and then come here in January. So being able to have these opportunities and then just have the AAU league as well. So I think just being able to be here and being in the States is something that's important for me, and hopefully that women don't have to continue to just go overseas every year.
Then came the morning of September 10th. During a high-intensity scrimmage, witnesses claim a heated exchange erupted after Reese refused to run an additional conditioning set. Words were exchanged, tempers flared, and by the next morning her name was gone from the active roster. Henry kept it short. This was about setting a standard. The Rose Club's culture comes first. No mention of Reese by name. No details, leaving fans to fill in the blanks.
Look, who's Collier, a
her best game, though. That's where she really wants to set up every time she gets that misstep.
Reese never one to stay silent. Posted within hours a cryptic story, reading can't break a queen while not directly addressing the cut. The message sent shockwaves online. Within minutes, Free Reese trended on X.
My Chicago team was young, so I didn't have a lot of vets. And like just being around this group, like every day, seeing y'all, what y'all do, how y'all prepare, like that's the most important thing for me. Like looking at how you guys prepare, seeing how you guys recovered, the things that you do during the game, and just seeing it from a different perspective. Like I didn't have a lot of that in Chicago, and it was a learning experience for me, obviously in Chicago. But like taking all the things here, I think this is an opportunity just for like me to learn and just being able to just grasp so much because you guys have. I've already seen like the small things that you guys are doing, just the small things, and I think it's just important. Like. This league is just, I don't know, it's super special. I mean, being in Miami, the equity, being able to be invested, and just having all these resources here, I think it's just going to be really great.
It's going to be good, and it's so important for you to be here now at this stage.
This isn't Reese's first time in the headlines for conflict. From the viral taunt toward Caitlin Clark to public sparring with analysts over sportsmanship, she's embraced being polarizing. But now the stakes are different. This isn't college. This is the pros.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too.
What happens next? Some insiders say Reese could be picked up by another WNBA team before playoffs. Others warn this incident could make coaches wary. As for Henry, she's doubling down. Her leadership is being tested like never before. One thing's certain, this story isn't over. Will Angel Reese's fire fuel her next chapter, or has she just played her last game this season? Stay tuned, we'll be tracking every twist and turn. Breaking news out of the WNBA just minutes ago. Reports confirmed that Angel Reese has been cut from her team by coach Nola Henry following a shocking incident during practice. The move has sent shockwaves through women's basketball, sparking debates, outrage, and questions about whether this is the end of Reese's career or the start of a redemption arc. What really happened inside that locker room? And why did this relationship fall apart so fast? To understand the weight of this decision, you have to know who Angel Reese is and how she became one of the most polarizing stars in women's basketball. From her championship-winning days at LSU in 2023, where she led the Tigers to their first ever national title, to her leap into the WNBA, Reese has built a reputation as both a fierce competitor and a lightning rod for media attention. The tension between Reese and Coach Henry reportedly started long before this week. Sources close to the team say disagreements over offensive schemes, playing time, and public criticism created an increasingly toxic atmosphere. Henry, known for her strict system built on ball movement and perimeter shooting, clashed with Reese's style of bruising, inside the paint approach that thrives on rebounds and physicality. It all came to a head during a closed-door team scrimmage last Friday. Multiple eyewitnesses claim Reese confronted Henry over what she saw as a system designed to limit her impact. Words were exchanged, voices were raised, and the atmosphere turned explosive. While details remain tightly guarded, insiders say the confrontation was intense enough that Henry decided Reese's presence was a threat to team chemistry. The announcement of Reese's release spread like wildfire across the league. Some praised Henry for enforcing discipline, while others accused her of mishandling a generational talent. Former players took sides. One ex-teammate tweeted, "This is gonna haunt them. You don't just cut Angel Reese." Meanwhile, analysts debated whether this was a bold coaching move or a catastrophic miscalculation. Unusually, Angel Reese has remained completely silent since the news broke. No cryptic tweets, no Instagram lives, no tell-all interviews yet. For a player known to clap back at critics, the quiet is deafening. Is this a sign she's regrouping for a comeback, or is she done with the WNBA entirely? This isn't the first time Reese has been at the center of heated debates. From her high-profile rivalry with Caitlin Clark during the NCAA tournament to public clashes with media critics, Reese has never shied away from confrontation. But each controversy has also raised her profile and her marketability. So, what happens now? Several teams could use Reese's rebounding and toughness, but whispers suggest some front offices worry about her being difficult to coach. Overseas opportunities, especially in Europe and China, could offer both playing time and bigger paychecks. But make no mistake, a return to the WNBA is still on the table if she's willing to adapt her game. For coach Nola Henry, this decision is a gamble that could define her career. If her team thrives, she'll be hailed as a leader who put chemistry above ego. But if the team struggles, the narrative could flip overnight and Reese's absence will be impossible to ignore. Angel Reese has been counted out before, and every time, she's found a way back into the spotlight. Is this the final chapter of her WNBA story, or just the beginning of her biggest comeback yet? One thing's for sure, this story isn't over. The basketball world was left in complete shock just minutes ago as breaking news erupted from the Chicago Sky camp. Angel Reese, one of the most polarizing and talked about figures in women's basketball, has been cut from the team by head coach Nola Henry after what sources are calling a new and deeply troubling incident that unfolded behind the scenes during the team's most recent practice session. While details are still trickling in, the atmosphere around the organization has shifted from quiet concern to full-blown crisis mode, with insiders describing tense confrontations, heated exchanges, and a complete breakdown in the already fragile relationship between Reese and the coaching staff. For months, the tension between Angel and Coach Henry had been a badly kept secret. Rumors swirled about disagreements over playing style, disciplinary issues, and a growing sense within the locker room that Reese's off-court persona was starting to overshadow her on-court production. But until now, both sides had managed to keep things under wraps, using vague PR statements about working through differences to buy time and avoid an outright public scandal. That time, it seems, has officially run out. Multiple players reportedly witnessed the incident that sparked this sudden dismissal, and according to one team insider who spoke under condition of anonymity, it wasn't just one thing, it was the last straw in a long list of straws. Coach Henry had been warning her for weeks that certain behavior couldn't continue. Today, she crossed the line, and there was no going back. What makes this story even more explosive is the timing. The Sky are in the middle of a crucial stretch of their season, fighting for playoff positioning in a league where every win matters, and losing a player of Reese's stature both in terms of talent and media presence could have ripple effects that extend far beyond